Where does a woman go when she's homeless and pregnant? If she's in the northeastern part of the nation and other locales in the country, she can come here to Good Counsel Homes. They'll be her support, her family, and her guide in life to help her make dramatic positive changes. Daystar Home is one of 5 houses in the greater New York metropolitan area. I spent the day with the mothers currently living here. Each of them is working on skills that will enable them to support their baby and themselves. So what are we making today?
We're sort of making baked ziti, except that we don't have any ziti noodles, so we're going to make it with elbows. We're making baked elbows.
Together, they're learning that life is filled with challenges. But by supporting one another and learning from each other, they're working toward their individual goals. Which one's the best cook?
Oh, Rebecca.
Is she?
Yeah.
What makes her such a good cook?
Because the way she cooks is very nice and very delicious.
Very flavorful.
Yeah.
And she takes like all day to do it. There's Rebecca, the best cook in the house.
Rebecca and I sat down to talk about her experience with Good Counsel Homes. Rebecca, what was going on in your life that brought you to Good Counsel Homes?
I was in another place called TLR. It's a transitional living residence, which allowed me to be there when I left jail. And I got pregnant while I was there, and they moved me up here. And this is where I have my baby at.
And how old is your baby now?
She's 3 months.
Including Rebecca, there are 7 girls in the house who are mothering children of their own. When a mother like Rebecca comes to Good Counsel Homes, what is your role with her?
Our role is to provide a safe haven for her and her child, and also set her up with several services. Prenatal care initially, and then we work with her to apply for public assistance, housing, and if she's also interested in education and job searching.
So how do you prepare these young mothers to take care of themselves and their children once they leave here?
Well, we do promote independence. With any of the services that they need, I also work with them instead of doing all the work for them. And then we also provide life skills groups here. Parenting, nutrition, health and hygiene. So all these tools they can use when they leave the Daystar home.
The goal for each mother is to eventually say goodbye to the services provided by Good Counsel Homes and to successfully support herself and her child. Dawn joined me to talk about her life after she moved out on her own. What's life like for you and the kids? You've got 4 other children.
Yes.
What's life like at home?
Hectic.
With
Yeah.
5 kids, any home would be hectic.
It's very hectic. I start out at 4:30 in the morning. I have to get up, I have to get the babies ready, then I have to get the 3 oldest children dressed and off to school, and then I have to be to work by 8 o'clock.
So what job do you have now?
Right now I work as a medical assistant for a very good cardiology group on Staten Island.
Was there ever a time, Dawn, when you were living here and you just felt like chucking the whole thing and giving up?
Yeah, when I first came to Good Counsel and they started going over the rules and what the program entailed and what was expected of me, I was ready to walk out.
What kind of rules were you facing?
They have specific rules where if you wanted to go out on the weekends, you were only allowed to go out overnight, and they had to know where you were going and who you're going to be with to make sure that you and the babies were going to be safe, and just things to that nature. Like it was like having a second mother. They try to get you on a schedule because that's basically what your life is going to be once you have a child.
Now, would you describe your role as mother, mentor, teacher? How would you
I think all of the above. I do mentor them a lot. They do feel that I'm kind of a mother figure to them. I also enjoy the fact that I can form a special bond with them and their children.
Coming up next,
I was living and working in Times Square helping homeless and runaway kids at a shelter. And I saw young women coming in who were pregnant and had children and literally no place to go.
Whether you're a student needing answers, a parent needing help, or a concerned citizen wanting to make a difference, Life Issues Institute has the resources you need to put your values into action. Life Issues Institute is an international educational organization committed to protecting innocent human life. Life Issues Institute knows what it takes. That's why millions throughout the world turn here for help. Life Issues Institute has authored more pro-life publications than any other entity in the world, and its materials are printed in over 30 languages. Radio broadcasts, newsletters, and a website filled to the brim with the answers you're looking for are just a click away. Go to facinglife.tv and click on the link to Life Issues Institute to find out more about how you can change the heart of a nation.
In a quiet community in upstate New York, there's a home that opens its doors to women who are pregnant and have nowhere to live. Together, these women find a caring community and a supporting staff to help them with the skills they need to support themselves. This outreach started because Chris Bell saw a need. Chris, why did you start Good Counsel Homes?
I was living and working in Times Square helping homeless and runaway kids at a shelter. And I saw young women coming in who were pregnant and had children and literally no place to go. They wanted to go back to school, they wanted to find jobs. These were young mothers who were really motivated to do better in their lives, but at that point there was only public assistance, welfare, and that didn't give anybody enough money to afford a decent apartment, much less an opportunity to get a babysitter and to return to school. So I started asking people, why doesn't somebody do something to help young mothers and children? The opportunity here was to help 2 generations at once, and a good friend of mine at that time, and still today, is Father Benedict Rochelle. And he said, well, if you're going to complain about it so much, maybe you ought to do something about it. And then he offered to help me start a home for mothers and children. We have 5 homes now in the greater New York City metropolitan area, and we're still helping women return to school and find jobs. We're using the internet to assess their educational and vocational levels and skills. And we offer babysitting in each of our homes so the mothers can in fact do that, because daycare is so difficult, especially with a newborn, or some moms have 2 or 3 kids. They may have a child or 2 and come to us pregnant. And it's, these complications that we help them through. We also have a national hotline. It's a 24/7 line that will help any pregnant mother anywhere to connect with local pregnancy resource centers or maternity homes or other programs where she can get help, because we certainly believe that every pregnant mother, regardless of where she is or regardless of her circumstances or how she got pregnant, should get help not only through birth but beyond.
Now, what kind of support did you get through this family environment while you were going through the program?
I actually got a lot more than what I expected. They helped me to get myself on track. They helped me to realize that I needed to finish school, and if I was going to do anything for my children, they showed me how to be responsible, basically.
Did you feel like they really loved you in addition to wanting the best for you?
Yes.
How was that evident to you, that they really did care about you and really loved you?
Because every time it seemed like I did something to throw myself off track, they brought me back. They would bring me back around and remind me that this was something that I needed to do, not just for myself, but for my children.
Do you see a majority of the mothers become independent and go on their own?
Yes, I do.
Would you venture to guess a percentage of the women that achieve this?
I would say about 80%. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The majority of our women are moving out on their own, and we try to make sure that they have a job so that they can sustain their own apartment, their own house, and also their own educational desires.
When we return, Lorraine sheds some light on the housing situation. And do you think that more women should try to reach out and ask for help to get the help they need?
Thank you for inviting us into your home. Each week we feature real people who deal with real life issues head on. Some of their experiences are uplifting, while others will break your heart. But in the end, the message is clear. Those who follow biblical principles on the issues of life are blessed. Become a partner with us in providing a positive, life-affirming message to help change the way the next generation values innocent human life. Please consider a generous gift to help offset the costs of producing this important quality programming. You can donate on our secure website at facinglife.tv or by calling the phone number on your screen during normal business hours. Together, we can make a real difference for life.
Dawn experienced the skill-based education offered by the staff of Good Counsel Homes. Today, she's supporting her 5 children, working full-time, and thinking about school in the fall. So now you've got little Jason, who's 3 weeks old, in your arms.
Yes.
How would life be different for Jason if you hadn't come to the program?
If I hadn't come to the program, Jason probably would be here.
What would have happened to Jason?
I probably would have had to do what a lot of young girls think they have to do, and I probably would have aborted the pregnancy.
Many women feel aborting a child is their only option if they are alone or unemployed. As McKenna and Hillary know, there's an amazing support system ready to help a pregnant mother raise her child. Together, they're learning about life and motherhood.
You learn, what might work for me doesn't work for her, or something she tried with her son didn't work for her, but it works for one of us. So it's been really helpful. It's really helpful.
What has your experience here taught you about yourself?
How to be a woman and to accept challenges in life, that I can succeed in the real world, and that I can go shoot for my dreams.
Specifically, how did they help you do that?
By preparing me in life skill groups, which allow me to learn about myself, my hygiene, my nutrition, parenting classes, how to set forth for an interview, for a job, how to go to school, how to apply, and to have a good education.
So you got a whole lot of practical sound advice on life and being a parent, right?
Yes.
What is their typical stay in length?
The typical stay is about a year, year and a half, but it's been turning into about 2 years because of the housing situation. And we also want to make sure that they are fully prepared once they leave the home, because at times they may leave early as planned and they find themselves back at the home. So typically about 2 years.
So what do you mean by the housing situation?
The housing situation because of the long waiting list for applications put into either supportive housing or Section 8. It's been a large amount of people, applicants that are on the waiting list, so they are staying here much longer.
If you had a chance to carry a message to Congress, the decision makers of the nation,
Right.
What would you tell them about poverty and the situation that these women face?
I would tell them that it's a great issue. It's a big issue that that needs to be addressed, especially with young women that are pregnant, and when they do give birth, they have nowhere to go and no financial assistance at the time. Here at Daystar, the women that come here are not originally from Westchester County. So when they come here to apply for services, because this is a temporary shelter and not their permanent residency, sometimes they're denied services and they're referred back to where they originally came from. And sometimes they're also waiting for Medicaid or health insurance for a very long time. So we have these women that are 7 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant, that may have left the shelter or may have been kicked out of a home, and now they're here with us and they have to wait another 2 to 3 months to receive medical services. As far as the women in need that are asking for the help and they're on a waiting list and they're waiting, you know, I think that's a big issue, because what do we do at that point?
What do you suggest they do?
If they do reside at a shelter, they should be allowed to receive the services and not wait so long if they are homeless, pregnant, or have a newborn. I think the waiting period should be much shorter.
So in reality, you're really the last hope for many of these women, aren't you?
Right? Yes.
And without you, they're, what, on the streets?
Yes, on the street or back into the shelter system.
If you didn't come here, where do you think you'd be right now?
Again, in jail.
In jail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a pretty good alternative to that, isn't it?
Yes.
Undoubtedly, there have been challenges along the way. Has there ever been a time where you just kind of wanted to sack it all and give up?
Of course, but I have to think about my child, and also where would I be if I didn't have good counsel? I'd be probably in the streets. Do
you stay in contact with the team here at Good Counsel Homes?
Yes, I stayed in contact with everybody. I still come by to see them. I bring the kids by, I bring them pictures. They still help me if I need help and I don't have to ask for it. They'll just offer. They're still there for me even though I'm not there anymore.
So it's kind of like a little mini family reunion when you come back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you ever in an opportunity to give some advice to the girls that are here?
Well, they've had me come back on occasion to speak with the girls, the newer groups that come into the house, just to let them know that even though they may not be comfortable or they really don't think the program is for them, it's just a leg up. It's something that can help you to get out there and get on your own. So to just stick with it.
And you're living proof of that, aren't you? Yeah.
I hope so.
As a mother raising a child, not only Jason, but 4 other children, do you find it difficult to ask for help?
Yes, I won't ask for help.
But you've been able to get that help through the program here at
Yes.
Good Counsel Homes, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that more women should try to reach out and ask for help to get the help they need?
Yes.
How do you think they can go about doing that?
All you have to do is pick up the phone.
Call Good Counsel Homes?
Yep.
Next, Chris Bell talks about the main reason why women seek out Good Counsel Home.
They've been abandoned or rejected, certainly by the fathers of their children.
Whether you're a student needing answers, a parent needing help, or a concerned citizen wanting to make a difference, Life Issues Institute has the resources you need to put your values into action. Life Issues Institute is an international educational organization committed to protecting innocent human life. Life Issues Institute knows what it takes. That's why millions throughout the world turn here for help. Life Issues Institute has authored more pro-life publications than any other entity in the world, and its materials are printed in over 30 languages. Radio broadcasts, newsletters, and a website filled to the brim with the answers you're looking for are just a click away. Go to facinglife.tv and click on the link to Life Issues Institute to find out more about how you can change the heart of a nation.
Over the past 23 years, hundreds of mothers, just like Hillary and McKenna, have gained practical experience while finding support in each other.
Yeah, I made awesome friends here, and I know I'll stay in touch with them.
I like people that
And we're gonna be, don't make me cry. We're gonna be really far from each other because Hillary lives upstate New York, like 4.5 hours away from here, and I live in New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey, I live here. But we're both quickly moving back within a couple months. So we're like 8 hours away from each other, which is sad.
The bond they've made here will be hard to break. Do you consider them sort of your family?
Yes, indeed I do.
If there was one life lesson you learned while you were here at Good Counsel Home, what would that be?
To never look back, to keep going forward.
Don, how did Good Counsel Homes teach you to be a good parent?
I came out of a home where me and my sister basically took care of ourselves, so I never really had that. I never really had someone to tell me, okay, well, this is how you change the baby, this is how you feed them, you know, this is how you check to make sure the water isn't too hot before you bathe them. So going into Good Counsel, they helped me with all of that.
But perhaps what makes your network of homes unique is that many of these women, when they come to you, they basically are homeless in the sense that they have no place to go otherwise. Correct?
That's correct. They've been abandoned or rejected, certainly by the fathers of their children, most of whom were told, don't have this baby, get rid of it. And then even their own parents, or if they're coming from a single parent family themselves, you know, usually their own mother is saying, don't come home with this baby, I won't take care of you. So they really are without any other resources.
Now, when a mother comes to you, does she have the option of making an adoption plan or parenting or any other choice a pregnant woman would have?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we talk about adoption not being what is their very crude image of adoption, which they get from the media, unfortunately, and they have this terrible notion that children are taken away and then they're abused. So we tell them not only can they choose the family